subject your uncle seemed to know the most about. At least that's what it seems like. You've probably all seen it before. Grown men sitting at a dinner table talking about politics after they've finished eating. At least they seem to know what they're talking about. But do we really know if that's the case? The fact is, not anybody knows whether politics is the way it is right now because of certain events, or if they know certain things are going to happen later on. But what they are doing is talking. And that's what really politics is about. Talking to everybody. Talking to friends, talking to family, to allies and to enemies. That's what politics really boils down to. So now, we're going to try something. We're going to talk to some people. But before we do that, we have to know people's opinions differ. Sometimes they're liberals, sometimes they're conservatives, sometimes even something in between. But how do we know that their opinions are right? How do we know that there is a right opinion even? These are things that we don't know. We just have to form their opinions based on what we think is right. Now, join me as we talk to some people here in the capital city of Canada, Ottawa. It's a beautiful city. It has grass. For those of you joining us from outside of Canada, I hope this proves to you that Canada isn't only snow and igloos and polar bears. And if you're joining us from somewhere within Canada, I hope this is irrefutable proof that there is life outside of the city of Toronto. Let's go. What do you think of the revolutions that took place in the Middle East? Do you think they're good or bad?
I think that good or bad is a pretty hard answer to give you. I think the idea of civil disobedience and the idea of revolution is positive, that people are channeling their voice. I don't necessarily know whether or not the consequences will be positive.
I would say it's hard to qualify, but overall I would think that anyone gaining more civil liberties is a good thing, but I think that it would be hard to tell in the short term if it's good or bad.
Well, they're still underway, and it's hard to tell where it's actually going to land. If you're talking about Egypt, it's not looking good from my perspective. A lot of people think it is looking good, just because of their background and their political views. But I would say that anything that any government that's moving and that intends to restrict people's freedom is not a good thing, even if it's based in religion.
And what do you think Coptic means? Like, have you ever heard the word Coptic before?
I've heard the word Coptic, and I just associate it with Egyptian Christians, but that's probably a very narrow view of it. I have some friends who are Coptic, and they follow their practices quite regularly. However, they haven't explained it to me in a way that I remember.
I do not.
Have you ever heard it before?
I have, but I only in context of Coptic Christians, but I'm not sure what defines someone as Coptic.
Christians in Egypt pretty much dumbed down.
What does equality mean to you?
I think equality is a funny term that we use, but we often mean, I prefer equity. The idea that people should all have equal opportunities, whereas what we have in place, we call something equality, but if the foundation isn't equal, it's, I don't know, it's not able to follow.
Equality for me would be people on an equal footing, so you have the same opportunities. I believe that equal opportunity is the best way for countries to develop, for people to develop. So equality for me means equality of opportunity. That's how I see it.
Do you mean like equality in opportunities for jobs, or everything in general?
Well, say opportunity, like access, equal access to jobs, to education, to mostly, yeah, to jobs, education, that sort of thing.
I mean, people have written books on equality, right? And it's hard for me to summarize briefly, but I think it's a level playing field for everybody. That doesn't depend. I love level playing field for those of different races, of nationalities, of beliefs. It's not handicapping somebody based on a handicap.
Do you think it means just equality of opportunities, like jobs, or is there something more to it?
Definitely, you can look at it in numerous contexts, and that's one of them. If you look at Canada's Equal Employment Opportunity Act, I believe it's called, that is definitely a facet of equality, but it also transcends to things like, you know, a right to live in a home, you know, that doesn't leak. I mean, there's basic levels of poverty you can say that people shouldn't, or there's levels of poverty that you can say that people shouldn't be subjected to, and if they are, that's lack of equality, which we have in spades in this country.
Equality means that we are all held equal, and we have equal rights, and we have the choice to choose. You know, we have the freedom to choose the faith that we want to practice, the people we want to marry, the lifestyle we want to live, if we're not harming others and we're not damaging our country and we're not taking advantage of other people. So, I mean, that's what I feel.
Who do you think this person is?
JP2.
Can you describe for our viewers who JP2 is?
A beloved Pope from Poland, who in many ways people believe he's a saint, and he was the Pope prior to this current one, John Paul II.
That is Pope John Paul II.
And how do you know him? Like, was he what was he the Pope of, basically?
The Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. I was raised Roman Catholic, and from my understanding, I think he was a very good Pope. He had a lot of, in my definition of good, he did a lot of positive work socially, and I know he did a lot of outreach work during his time. So I think he was very good for the Roman Catholic Church.
Pope John Paul, big role in the Cold War and Polish liberation from the Soviets.
This is Ratzinger. This is the current Pope.
Do you know what his current name is?
Benedict.
Benedict XVI?
I block it out of my mind, honestly, but I think it's Benedict.
Okay.
That's the current Pope, Benedict VIII, I think? 6th?
16th, I think.
16th? Oh, man, I'm way off.
Former Hitler Youth, now has office in the Vatican.
His name?
Pope Benedict.
I think he is your Coptic fellow, yes?
Do you think he has a name?
He probably has a name, but not the one that I have.
Okay.
I am not sure who that is. I've never seen him before.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. No clue.
Can you take a guess maybe at his position? I know the picture's not clear, but...
It looks like some type of religious position, judging from the crosses on his staff and on his head. But I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Oh, he's one of the dictator folks. Based on picture alone, I don't know.
Okay.
I would say somewhere in the Middle East.
Can't tell you. No idea.
Okay.
Oh, yes. That's not Sadat, I know that. He's an Egyptian. It's not Nasser. Nasser didn't look like that.
You're on the right track.
I know. I can't remember. Is he the leader now? Was he the leader now or the one who just got kicked out? No.
The one who just got kicked out.
Okay.
Barack Obama.
That is Barack Obama.
And who is he? I'm sure everybody knows, but...
He's the current president of the U.S.
Okay.
Barack Hussein Obama, currently running for a second term in office. Doing okay.
This person...
Oh, Barack Obama. I love Barack Obama.
I'd say he's from the Middle East.
Okay.
I'm not sure who he is either.
That's fine. Would you be able to guess where he's from?
Oh, no, actually, I have no idea where he could be from.
I believe he's been referred to as the Reptile King.
The reptile?
You might call him Mr. Harper.
Mr. Harper, the Reptile King.
Okay. Oh, that's Stephen Harper.
And who is Stephen Harper?
He's the Prime Minister of Canada.
Okay.
It's our current Honorable Prime Minister, Stephen Harper. Some people like him, some people don't. Indifferent, but I don't like a lot of his policies.
Harper.
What you just saw was a small sample of people's opinions on different and important political topics. Not everyone knew what Coptic meant or what it means to be Coptic, but some at least got the idea today. They may not have heard about it before, but today their education started. And that's what we have to remember. People's political opinions are based on what they know, not necessarily because they're ignorant or lazy. So that's what we have to start doing. We have to start talking to people, educating them about what it means to be Coptic and what the Coptic Orthodox Church is all about. For the next time, I'm Sharif Rizk on the Rizk Assessment.